small evening celebrations. Shivrathri is the most beautiful and significant festival for our culture. We have many festivals, fun, frolic, revelry, different ways of enjoying. Shivratri is very unique in the sense that it completely focuses on devotion and spiritual practice. The entire festival is about celebrating the practice of divinity, celebrating the practice of spirituality. The festival is completely oriented towards taking us within. A beautiful example comes to my mind of a tree. We see the beauty of the tree outside, we see the fruits, the flowers, the canopy which gives us the shade, but the roots of the tree are completely unseen. Similarly, for all of our personalities, there is a facet which is unseen. There is a part of us which is not acknowledged or seen by the outside world and most often even by ourselves. Shivratri is oriented towards bringing out that part. Connecting to the inner me is the most important aspect of this festival. So today, we're going to start with something very joyful and cheerful. We have a beautiful song which most of us know. We have watched the movie, we have listened to the song many times. So we have our 12th graders presenting us Shankara from the movie Kedarnath. Welcome Bhushit, Anant and Tanay for presenting us with the song.
Check. Check. Check.
Check.
Check.
Check. Check.
शंकरा तेरे जाप के बिना चले ये सांस किस तरह मेरा कर्म तू ही जान क्या बुरा है क्या बना तेरे रास्ते पे मैं तो आंख मूंद के चला तेरे नाम की जोत ने सारा हर लिया तमस मेरा नमो नमो शंकरा भोलेनाथ शंकरा लोकनाथ शंभु हे शिवाय शंकरा नमो नमो शंकरा भोलेनाथ शंकरा देव हे महेश्वरा
Thank you so much for that very beautiful rendition. We worship Bhagavan Shivji with different mantras. Different mantras. And one of the most prominent mantras. Can actually anyone tell me what is the most prominent mantra with which we worship Bhagavan Shivji? Om Namah Shivaya. Very nice. Very famous mantra and chanted all over the world. Right? In this Namah Shivaya, there's 5 syllables. These 5 syllables of Namah Shivaya is called Shivji's Bija Mantra. And Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji, a philosopher saint in our tradition, has composed these verses based on each syllable of this mantra. This is called the Shiva Panchakshara Stotram. And we had our senior most students presenting the first song, and now we're going to have our junior most tiny tots presenting the Shiva Panchakshara Stotram for all of us. Right. So they've all dressed up and practiced for the occasion. So let us all put our hands together once and cheer up. Yes.
Okay. Okay. This way.
Oh.
Thank you so much for all of our Namita ma'am, Sujata ma'am, and all of them. So beautifully bringing out the joy today evening. Yes. The last verse says, Panchaksharam idam punyam yappade Shiva sannidhau. Shiva Loka means one who attains that auspicious, happy place. And they have transported all of us to that happy place. So that was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes. Now, we are going to have a hymn which we are all very familiar with. Our Shivji's most favorite Aarti. This Jagadish Aarti, which all of us have sung, we all know to sing. So the Aarti will be performed by our grade 12 students and our teachers who's going to perform later today. So we'll all sing. Let us all join together and sing the Aarti for Shivji now.
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे जो ध्यावे फल पावे दुख बिन से मन का स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण पड़ू मैं किसकी स्वामी शरण पड़ू मैं किसकी तुम बिना और न दूजा प्रभु बिना और न कोई आस करूं मैं किसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता मैं मूर्ख खल कामी मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो भरता ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम हो एक अगोचर सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके प्राणपति किस विध मिलूं दया में किस विध मिलूं कृपा में तुमको मैं कुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे अपने हाथ उठाओ अपने शरण बढ़ाओ द्वार खड़ा में तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा स्वामी कष्ट हरो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ श्रद्धा प्रेम बढ़ा श्री संतन की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे तन मन धन सब तेरा सब कुछ है तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा तेरा तुझको अर्पण तेरा तुझको अर्पण क्या लागे मेरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव।
The last verse of the prayer, such a beautiful statement. तन मन धन सब तेरा, सब कुछ है तेरा, तेरा तुझको अर्पण क्या लागे मेरा. A statement of complete surrender which says that everything which I have in my life, including my thoughts, all the wealth which I have, everything is given by you, given by the universe. So I don't have anything for myself, but I surrender to you whatever I thought was mine. Such a beautiful statement on this day when we are singing this Aarti for us to reflect upon. And who am I offering this to? Who am I offering this to? We have Bhagavan Shiva, but Bhagavan Shiva is known by many names, and each name has its own in-depth meaning. So there is this beautiful mantra which captures a few names of Bhagavan Shiva. Namastestu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Trayambakaya. In this way, each name has a beautiful meaning associated with it. So we have our teachers today. We're going to perform a small dance with few actions to bring out these beautiful names of Lord Shiva. And along with those actions, we will also get to know the meaning of each name in English. So let us welcome our teachers for this beautiful presentation.
नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकालाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः।
Namaste. Salutations to you, O Bhagavan, who is Vishveshwara, the Lord of the entire universe, that He alone creates and sustains. He is the Mahadeva, the great effulgent, all-knowing principle, the Trayambaka, the one with the three eyes, the Chandra, the Surya, and the Agni. He is Tripurantaka, the destroyer of the three cities of the waking, the dream, and the deep sleep. He is Trikalagnikala, the eternal one, beyond the three divisions of time, the past, the present, and the future. Salutations to the Kalagni Rudra, the great destroyer, the time itself that devours everything. He is Nilakantha, the Lord with the blue neck, that stowed the terrible poison of the Hala Hala. He is Mrityunjaya, the conqueror of death, the imperishable. He is Sarveshwara, the Lord of everything, the ruler of the entire cosmos. He is Sadashiva, the abode of unending auspiciousness, the Lord of eternal benevolence. He is the Shriman, the glorious, the adorable Lord. To that Mahadeva, unto him the great Lord Shiva, my salutations. Namaha.
ॐ नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकालाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः।
Right. Let us give it all loudly once more to all our teachers who conceptualized and brought out this beautiful scene in front of us. And sometimes these kind of things, when we see the meaning and the pictures and all, it transports us to a different dimension in thinking of Bhagavan. We are used to our pujas, we are used to our temples, but to understand that whenever we visit a temple, we are talking about cosmic principles. We're talking about great powers. So this sometimes visually when depicted, it opens our eyes. So thank you so much, teachers, for that wonderful presentation. We all love hearing stories, and there are such amazing stories in our Puranas which bring out so many glorious things which are very relevant to our life. And today, the most relevant thing is austerity, the vows which people take, the oath which people take up, and how staunchly they follow it. On Shivaratri, what power does these austerities carry? If I take a vow today, how will it help me? So there is this beautiful story in our Puranas which bring out the power of austerity during Shivaratri, which is going to be narrated by our own Narayanji and Padmashini ma'am to all of us. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. On the stage.
Hari Om everyone, and wish you all a very happy Mahashivratri. Where is this Narayan sir? He's always running around. हमेशा कहीं ना कहीं भागते रहते हैं. अरे सर आप यहाँ हैं, मैं आपको कब से ढूंढ रही हूँ.
मैम मैं आपको ढूंढ रहा हूँ. मैं आप कहाँ हैं?
कहाँ भगदड़ में रहते हैं आप?
मतलब आप
so busy.
पता है? Do you know what is there today?
Yeah, I think.
The big festival is going on in CIRS. Mahashivratri Utsav is there.
I think we
That's
all
why
are
I'm-
celebrating, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
we
why
all
I'm
are
running.
fasting. How many of us are fasting? See.
Ayyo, so everyone knows.
Amazing. See, we all have dipped ourselves in this
But
festival.
Okay. Everyone is celebrating. Do you know what is Mahashivratri? Do you know what is Mahatmya of Mahashivratri? Just a question,
Okay, that's fine. I think I know a story.
Story,
So-
yeah. What is that? Okay,
Okay.
Let me hear what is your story.
Yes. I think it's time for all of you to listen to the story. So once upon a time, there was a hunter. He was wandering across the forests, thirsty, hungry, tired. Wasn't getting a single kill. Then, we all have witty minds. When we have a crisis, We have ideas, jumping in, popping out. And he thought, okay, if I find a water resource, then probably I can find some animals coming there for this hot, dry weather, and I can get a kill. So he looked for a water hole, and fortunately, he got a tree as well. He climbed up the tree, settled down well, hid himself between the branches, and started keeping an eye on the water hole, waiting for the animal to visit. He was sleepy too, right? He was very tired. So he thought, before he sleeps and topple down of the tree, let him do something. So the something was plucking the leaves, dropping it down. Wasn't it nice? Yeah, I feel if I'm in jungle, I'm definitely going to do that. Pluck the leaves, drop it down. So while he was busy doing that, he saw a deer approaching. My God, he was filled with thrill. I got my kill today. And when he was about to shoot that arrow, the deer realized that there is a hunter trying to kill it. Poor deer. She was carrying a little baby deer inside. She said, "Oh, hunter, please, please spare me for some time. I have a little baby. Once I deliver this little kid, I'll definitely come to you." And see how this hunter, who had been killing animals all his life, went against his nature. He had a compassion in his heart. And he felt so kind within. And he thought of his family and his children, and he spared the deer. He let her go. But hunger gnawed his stomach. Tired, thirsty, he again waited, plucking the leaves, dropping it down, drinking water, dropping it down, and waiting for another animal. Soon he saw 2 deers coming. Are Rama, God took one, gave me 2. What a kind soul. He was very happy. Again, he fixed his arrow and about to shoot. The couple came rushing. "Oh, dear hunter, we are deeply in love with each other. Can you please spare us for some time so that we can bid a good farewell to each other? We promise you, before the day ends, we will come and you can kill us." So the hunter let them go with the promise to return. But this time, the hunger was really unbearable. Tired, hungry, missing home, all alone in the jungle, without any kill. He bursted into tears with agony. And soon the night ended with a dawn, and the first ray of sun brought all the deers to him. He was thrilled, excited, as well as utterly surprised, as he never expected the deers to come back. Isn't it miraculous? All of them were there to die and then say, "Oh, hunter, kill me. Leave the rest." And then, now you remember something? What happened?
I do remember. I just didn't want to stop you in between. Even my grandma also told the same story. I wonder how my grandma also narrated the same story, what your grandma.
I'm sure they are not Kumbh ke mele mein bichhdi sisters.
Ayo. Maybe, no. The reason is this story is not, okay, yeah, someone wrote. It's a very famous story. So everyone knows it. You know, in this story, next day, all those deers, in that night when he allowed them to go, he was not expecting them to come back. Yeah, he allowed. Oh, who will come back to die? No. So he thought that, okay, let them go, I will find out something else. But next day, all those deers came and they are saying, "Oh, hunter, you kill me, leave the others." So that was surprising. His heart got melted. how can I kill when they are coming and they are just saying, oh, kill me, kill me. And then that day, there itself, he threw his bow and arrow and he decided, I won't kill any animal in my whole life hereafter. And at the same time, Akashavani happened. The Akashavani said, this is the hunter, won't be hunter hereafter, he will live as a saint, just like a Valmiki Rishi, and he spent his whole life as a saint. And at the end, all those deers and that hunter, they attained Shiva Loka, the abode of Shiva, Lord Shiva. You know, okay, this story we heard, but why this happened at that day? He was not killing first time any animal. He was killing, he has been killing all the animals throughout his life. But still, that day only those deers came, and that day only everything happened. The reason was.
Let me guess. It was Shivaratri.
Yes, that was the Shivaratri day.
Yes.
And therefore, he was sitting on that tree. That tree was not just ordinary tree.
Yeah, it's a bilva tree.
That was a
Yep.
bilva tree. He was plucking the leaves. Those leaves were not just ordinary leaves, bilvadala. He was plucking and throwing them. But those leaves were not falling on the ground. There was one Shivalinga. Without any intention, those bilvadalas were being offered by him. He was crying and those tears were falling down. He was not doing Abhisheka to Shiva, but still he did Abhisheka to Shiva with his tears.
So, my dear children, just imagine the hunter who had been killing and who unknowingly offered his prayer to Lord Shiva, and he had been so kind to him and he blessed him with so much. So just imagine all of you, all of us rather, who have consciously praying Lord Shiva since the morning, and with our whole hearts we are offering our love and reverence to that Lord. How blessed we will be. How glad he will be to shower all his blessings on you in abundance.
Let us continue our worship for Lord Shiva. Let there be Shuddha Bhava in our mind. Chalo. Hari Om.
Hari Om, and wish you all a very happy Shivratri.
Across history, we have so many such stories, tales of transformation. Like Valmiki ji, we have heard. There is also a story of Kalidasa. He was such a duffer. But he was sitting on a tree, and then he did not even know that if I cut this branch of the tree, that I will fall down. Somebody told him, hey, you fall down, don't cut. He said, I have been cutting trees for so many years. Don't tell me, I know. Then he fell down also. But that Kalidasa wrote such great works of literature by the grace of Devi. Even recently we have Srinivasa Ramanujam, who says that every equation is not mathematics to me if it is not speaking a thought of God. So in this way there are so many tales of transformation by the grace of divine presence in our life, and this is one such story of the hunter. Now we have something very special for all of you. We are a land of languages. We have so many different languages. Up north you go, there are different languages, and then there is, Hindi, which connects the entire community. And here we have Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, Telugu, so many languages, right? So we have a small jugal with our Ramesh sir and Sujata ma'am. And what are they going to be presenting? Two beautiful things. So today is a day we, of course, worship Bhagavan Shiva. We sing Bhagavan's glories, which is going to be presented by our Ramesh sir as a Hindi song. But Sujata ma'am is going to be presenting something more unique in Tamil, which we have not heard before, which is a glory of Shiva's devotees called Tevaram Padalgal, which is very, very auspicious and famous. In fact, today across the state, people will be performing in temples and everywhere. So we're going to have a jugal between this glory of Shiva and glory of Shiva's devotees by both of them. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. Over to Sujata ma'am and Ramesh sir.
Check.
Check. Check. Check.
बोलिए हर हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। हे जगत्राता विश्व विधाता, हे जगत्राता विश्व विधाता, हे सुख शांति निकेतन हे सुख शांति निकेतन है। हे जगत्राता विश्व विधाता, हे जगत्राता विश्व विधाता, हे सुख शांति निकेतन है, हे सुख शांति निकेतन है।
தில்லை வாழந்தனத்தமடியார்க்கும் அடியேன் திருநீலகண்டத்து குயவனார்க்கடியேன் இல்லையே எண்ணாத இயற்பகைக்கும் அடியேன் இணையாந்தன் கொடிமாறன் அடியார்க்கும் அடியேன் வெல்லுமா மிக வல்லமை பொருளுக்கடியேன் விரிபொழில் சொல் குன்றையார் வீரன் மிண்டற்கடியேன் அல்லிமென் முல்லை அந்தார் அமர் நீதி கடியேன் ஆரூரன் ஆரூரில் அம்மானு காளே।
प्रेम के सिंधु दीन के बंधु, प्रेम के सिंधु दीन के बंधु, दुख दरिद्र निवारण है, दुख दरिद्र निवारण है। नित्य अखंड अनादि अनंत, नित्य अखंड अनादि अनंत, पूर्ण ब्रह्म सनातन है, पूर्ण ब्रह्म सनातन है।
பத்தராய் பணிவார்கள் எல்லார்க்கும் அடியேன் பரமனையை பாடுவார் அடியார்க்கும் அடியேன் சித்தத்தை சிவன் பாலே வைத்தார்க்கும் அடியேன் திருவாரூர் பிறந்தார்கள் எல்லார்க்கும் அடியேன் முப்போதும் திருமேனி தீண்டுவார்க்கடியேன் முழுநீரு பூசிய முனிவர்க்கும் அடியேன் அப்பாலும் அடிச்சார்ந்தார் அடியார்க்கும் அடியேன் ஆரூரன் ஆரூரில் அம்மானு காளே।
जगदाश्रय जगपति जगवंदन, जगदाश्रय जगपति जगवंदन, अनुपम अलख निरंजन है, अलख अलख निरंजन है। प्राण सखा त्रिभुवन प्रतिपालक, प्राण सखा त्रिभुवन प्रतिपालक, जीवन के अवलंबन है, जीवन के अवलंबन है।
தில்லை வாழந்தனத்தமடியார்க்கும் அடியேன்
हे जगत्राता विश्व विधाता,
ஆரூரன் ஆரூரில் அம்மானு காளே।
हे सुखदाता शांति निकेतना,
ஆரூரன் ஆரூரில் அம்மானு காளே।
विश्व विधाता
அம்மானு காளே
विश्व विधाता विश्व विधाता। बोलिए हर हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव।
Thank you so much, Ramesh sir and Sujata ma'am. This is the beauty of Sanatan Dharma, this is the beauty of this country, that differences can so beautifully merge together and bring out such auspicious renditions. Differences in two different languages, diametrically different north and south, different geographical locations, but we come together so beautifully. Because we are one nation, one people, who are united by this common culture of devotion and reverence to one great ideal. And when I'm talking about one nation, one people, we heard a story of a devotee up north. Now we are going to listen, or rather watch, a story of a devotee down south, Sri Kannappa Nayanar, who is such a great devotee of Bhagavan Shiva, and his story is very famous in the parts of Tamil Nadu, the rural parts of Tamil Nadu. So, and what is so beautiful about this story is that Kannappa Nayanar's mode of worship itself was so different. It's not the traditional mode of worship which we know. He was a hunter, he was living, in the forest. He did not know elaborate rituals. He did not go to big temples. But he had the same devotion to Lord Shiva which everyone else had. And how he expressed his devotion, we're going to see in the form of a beautiful dance by our Ashwini ma'am and our Bhavani.
शिव शिव शंकर हर हर शंकर जय जय शंकर दिगिरारा प्रिय तांडव शंकर प्रकट शुभंकर प्रणय भयंकर दिगिरारा शिव शिव शंकर हर हर शंकर जय जय शंकर दिगिरारा प्रिय तांडव शंकर प्रकट शुभंकर प्रणय भयंकर दिगिरारा ओम परमेश्वरा परा ओम निखिलेश्वरा हरा ओम जीवेश्वरेश्वरा कररारा ओम मंत्रेश्वरा स्वरा ओम यंत्रेश्वरा स्थिरा ओम तंत्रेश्वरा वरा नावेरा शिव शिव शंकर हर हर शंकर जय जय शंकर दिगिरारा प्रिय तांडव शंकर प्रकट शुभंकर प्रणय भयंकर दिगिरारा ఆకాశలింగమై ఆవహించరా ఢమ ఢమ ఢమమని డమరుక ధ్వని సలిపి చడతని వదిలించరా శ్రీవాయులింగమై సంచరించరా అణువణువున తన తనువున నిలిచి చలనమే కలిగించరా భస్మం చేసే అసురునే అగ్నిలింగమై ప్రవికార వరదై ముంచై జలలింగమై ఘోరా వరమై వదమై ప్రబలమౌ భూలింగమై బలమిడరా జగమే నడిపే పంచభూతలింగేశ్వర కరుణించరా శివ శివ శంకర హర హర శంకర జయ జయ శంకర దిగిరారా ప్రియ తాండవ శంకర ప్రకట శుభంకర ప్రణయ భయంకర దిగిరారా శివ
with that dance, we're coming to the end of the program today. And we have to thank a lot of people who brought this whole show together. All our students had exams, and we thank our Swamiji for conceptualizing this and bringing all of us together to make this possible. So teachers came together and they said, so let's make a presentation. And then Shishwatika children came and said, okay, we'll also join. And then we had a big group coming together to put this evening for all of you. We thank all of them, our gratitude. We thank our Arun sir and Shashi Anna for working tirelessly in spite of all those glitches in between to make this live possible. Our Shiva sir constantly was standing there setting the live camera and also communicating with all our parents and informing them that the live is happening and checking. Thank you so much. And we thank our Chitra Shekhar sir for putting together this beautiful backdrop. So all the artwork was done by him for this evening, and including, if you see, there's an Andi down and all the stones. Everything is put together by him. Thank you, sir. And we have our Annas and Paramshivam Anna and the entire team for coordinating all these audios. And finally, the most important people, all of you, audience, for being so enthusiastic and making this evening very lovely. Students and teachers, everyone, thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful evening. So we will now close with the Shanti part. After this, we will be meeting for the night program. So you have given your names to your RHPs, and we'll inform you after your dinner. You can go to the dorm and then report for the night program here. Can we all sit straight? And we'll conclude with the Shanti part now.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ॐ बोलो राधे 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 राधे.
Thank you so much. Now the people who are fasting for the dinner can move to the dormitories and the others can move to the Annakshetra. On the offset, I would like to also mention that it makes us all so happy that finally we're able to have everyone here and have such a beautiful program. It's a feeling of normalcy is so nice and such a nice experience. Thank you so much. Hari Om.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah
शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय
शिवाय
शिवाय